One of the great things about the world of horror is the magnificent way the genre can manipulate your expectations. And that's not just something exclusive to the end of a movie. At times, an opening act fake-out may drastically change the path of a film, possibly dumping the supposed lead character on the sidelines, or maybe even taking a meta approach which plays with the established rules of the genre. With that in mind, I'm Andrew from What Culture Horror, and here are 10 horror movie opening fake-outs we all fell for. Number 10. Stage Fright. 1987's Stage Fright centers on a lockdown theater terrorized by an owl-masked killer known as the Night Owl. So, when the film opens with the Night Owl slaughtering a prostitute in an alley, you think you've been introduced to this murderous beast. What happens next comes properly out of left field though, for as the locals start to investigate the blood-curdling screams of this poor woman, the Night Owl jumps over their heads and starts a bonkers dance routine. Yeah, he does. It then becomes apparent we've actually watched a group of actors rehearsing a musical based around the Night Owl legend. We're then introduced to the bulk of our key players before the tyrannical director of this production insists that the cast and crew stay late for further rehearsals, even after one of them is killed, for real. Unbeknownst to these central characters, the theatre doors are locked, they're without a key, and dead bodies pile up as an escaped lunatic has donned the Night Owl outfit as part of his latest murder spree. Number 9. Hostel Part 2. The opening fake-out of Hostel Part 2 sees Paxton awaken in an Italian hospital, having been found unconscious on a train from Slovakia. When officials arrive to question him about the horrors he saw from the nefarious elite hunting group, Paxton gives essentially a recap of what went down in the first Hostel. Things are going well for Paxton until the Dutch businessman he killed at the end of Hostel is brought up. A Dutch businessman, of course, who it's insinuated these officials have footage of Paxton murdering. As his hospital door shuts and his heart monitor begins to beep 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 at a faster pace, Paxton's fears are realised as one of these officials reveals their own elite hunting group tattoo. With that, Paxton has his stomach cut open and he's shockingly killed off during Hostel Part 2's opening, only for this to have been a PTSD-based dream. Sadly, while this was indeed a fake-out, Paxton would be killed off mere minutes later, decapitated by the elite hunting group. Number 8. Deep Blue Sea. The opening moments of Rennie Harlin's Deep Blue Sea play out in a way that has you expecting to see the first carnage of this 1999 film. That opening finds two generic young couples partying on a boat out in the middle of the ocean. How do we know they're partying? Well, that's because they spout horrendous lines such as "now this is a party" over and over again. As the mood darkens and something bangs on the bottom of their boat, it doesn't take long before a gnarly mako shark bursts through the vessel, knocking all four characters into the water. With the shark circling around to go in for the kill, Deep Blue Sea is expected to soon notch up a tone-setting opening scene kill, a la Jaws. Only that does not happen. From out of nowhere, restraining darts are fired into the creature with a reveal that Thomas Jane's Carter Blake has miraculously, somehow silently, arrived on the scene to capture the escaped shark. Number 7. The Ring. While clearly a version of this scene also takes place in the 1998 original Ring, it's the 2002 remake which gets the nod here for just how darn intense it is with its opening fake-outs, as in plural. As the Ring starts, teenager Becca tells her friend Katie about a cursed videotape which, if watched, will cause you to die in 7 days. Spooked by this story, an emotional Katie explains how she watched the tape in question 1 week ago as she then starts to struggle for breath. Just as the audience thinks Katie is about to bite the bullet though, it turns out she's just messing. What a joke, what a laugh she is. That's the first fake out. Putting the chills down both girls' spino, the phone coincidentally rings and we have the revelation that, yes, Katie really did watch that videotape, you silly, silly girl. When a scared Becca answers the house phone and passes it to Katie, we're again expecting the worst, only for it to be Katie's mother on the phone. What a jape. That's the second fake out. From there, the TV turns itself on 3 times, water appears from nowhere, and eventually Katie does get killed by an unseen presence. That'll teach you. Number 6. Jason Goes to Hell, The Final Friday. The fake out of Jason Goes to Hell very much plays on its audience's long-standing expectations from the Friday the 13th franchise. Fans had long seen Jason Voorhees slice his way through a slew of pretty young things in and around Camp Crystal Lake. So when the final Friday opens with Jason stalking an attractive lady in a Crystal Lake cabin, this all feels extremely familiar. We know where this is going. As this scene breaks out into a chase through the woods, again, something else seen time and time again in the franchise, the final Friday completely catches us all off guard. It's revealed that this woman is actually an FBI agent who's been used as bait to lure Jason out into a sting by the FBI and a SWAT team. A sting which sees the physical form of Voorhees blown to pieces, with the film bizarrely then seeing this demonic spirit of Jason pass from person to person. Not what we signed up for. Number 5. Urban Legend. A quiet gas station in the middle of nowhere, torrential rain, a pretty young woman on her own, the creepy, unnerving member of staff who's dripping with sinister undertones. And to make things worse, this character is played by Brad Dourif, the man behind Chucky. We've seen this scene play out in countless horror movies, with expectations set that Michelle Mancini needs to get out of Dodge ASAP. So when she escapes from this madman, the threat of the day has been quelled, right? As it turns out, this fella was merely trying to stop Michelle from being attacked by the person in her back seat. Due to a speech impediment, the staff member simply couldn't express his concerns in a clear manner, which resulted in Michelle dousing him in pepper spray and speeding off into the distance. Moments later, the parkour killer of urban legend pops up in Michelle's backseat and kills her with an axe. Number 4. Scream 4. The Scream series is famed for its impactful openings. Wes Craven's 1996 original shockingly killed off its headline attraction in Drew Barrymore's Casey Becker. Scream 2 had Phil Stevens and Maureen Evans memorably killed in a packed movie theatre, and Scream 3 went and killed off Cotton Weary. With Scream 4 though, Craven opted to go in a different direction, delivering 2 fake-outs as part of its opening. That 2011 picture starts with Sherry and Trudy doing the usual dance with Ghostface, as in creepy phone calls, checking outside the house, then being attacked and killed, only for the action to pan out and reveal we've actually been watching the in-universe Stab 6. From there, Rachel and Chloe are the ones watching Stab 6 and berating the state of modern horror. Tired of her pals ranting, Chloe shockingly plunges a knife into the gut of Rachel, before we see that this is all part of Stab 7. Yes, in the real world of Scream, Jenny and Marnie are watching Stab 7 until Ghostface comes a calling to fully launch Scream 4. Number 3. Psycho. Much like Drew Barrymore was billed as Scream's main star, that formula was something previously seen back in 1960 for Alfred Hitchcock's Psycho. Of course, the star attraction of that iconic picture was Janet Leigh as Marion Crane. Well, at least that's what audiences were led to believe. Unlike some of the other films on this list, the fake-out element of Psycho doesn't take place within the first 10 or 15 minutes, but it's certainly worthy of a mention here for just how monumental it was. That fake-out would remove Leigh's Marion Crane barely halfway through Psycho, with her killed by Norman Bates' mother persona during that shower scene. From there, the attention of Psycho switches to the search for Marion and the $40,000 she'd stolen. So adamant that this was all kept as secret as possible, Hitchcock didn't even put on any preview screenings for critics, and punters weren't allowed to enter a theatre once Psycho had already started. Now that is how you guard a good fake-out. Number 2. Influencer. One of the standout horrors of this year, Influencer lulls you into thinking it's something vastly different to what it becomes. From the get-go, Influencer centers on Madison, a social media star vacationing in Thailand and presenting an online persona of someone having the best possible time, yay! In reality, Madison is lonely, bored, misses a boyfriend, is stuck in her hotel room, and simply turning on her happy face once a photo opportunity presents itself for those likes, shares, and subscribes. One sparkle of sunshine in Madison's world of rain is CW, someone she meets at a hotel and who manages to pull Madison out of her slump and show her the sights. So, what's the fake-out element here? Why, that's that Madison was to be the focus of this feature. Instead, Madison is taken out of the equation after just 20 minutes, with CW stranding her on a remote island. From there, Influencer's prime focus becomes CW as she takes over Madison's life and finds herself trying to cover her tracks once Madison's sister and boyfriend arrive. Number 1. Barbarian. For those who'd seen the trailers for Barbarian, we were all expecting an extremely different movie. In that footage, Tess arrives at a rental property in a rough area of Detroit. To her surprise, the house has seemingly been double booked when Tess discovers Bill Skarsgård's Keith there. While Keith is happy to take the sofa and let Tess stay in the main bedroom, she's clearly a little unsure of all of this, especially when Keith seems a little too nice and things start to go bump in the night. Is Keith hiding a murky secret? Is he spying on Tess while she sleeps? What's with the hidden passageways below the house? Well, it turns out Keith really is just a nice friendly fella. A nice friendly fella who's killed during Barbarian's opening act by an eerie mutated being known only as Mother. Given how Bill Skarsgård's turn as Pennywise in Andy Muschietti's It movies often brings certain sinister expectations to Skarsgård roles, especially with how these trailers cleverly framed the story, this was a brilliant swerve which caught us all out. Don't lie, you did not see this coming, don't even pretend. Instead, Justin Long's AJ, the owner of the house, is introduced as he and Tess find themselves in the twisted clutches of Mother. So that's our 10 horror movie opening fake-outs we all fell for. Be sure to like, subscribe, comment, share, turn those notification bells on, and come and give us a follow on X at What Culture Horror. While you're there, you can find myself at Culture Led Peg, but most importantly, be sure to have the best possible day. Whether you're doing something or whether you're doing just absolutely nothing, I hope it goes well for you. And if things aren't going so well, I really do hope they turn around as soon as possible. I've been Andrew Powell from What Culture Horror, and I'll catch you down the road.